Good evening to our dear nurses in Southeast Asia. Good afternoon to our brothers and sisters in the Middle East and Africa. And good morning to our dear nurses and healthcare professionals in the Americas. Welcome back to AMN Academy, where 9.09er English gives you free lessons for various English examinations every first and third Monday of the month. And if it's the first Monday of the month, it's the turn of the British Council to feature an IELTS passer, where we share with you the success story of an IELTS test taker who was able to get the required band score. But every third Monday of the month, it's the turn of Sir Brian and Sir Ervin to give you free lessons on the different subtests of the IELTS. At one point, we gave you free tips in the speaking subtest. We also did on-the-spot speaking. And in some of the classes, I give free lessons, tips, and strategies for two subtests, namely reading and listening. There are also certain instances when Sir Brian writes an essay on the spot. But for tonight, what we are going to do is to employ AI, or artificial intelligence, as part of our discussion. How has AI changed the landscape of English examination preparation? 2 years ago, 9.09er incorporated AI, or artificial intelligence, as part of our curriculum. And because of AI, now we are able to grade the output of our reviewees and use the technology that can predict what grade you are likely to get in the examination, provided that your output now is also the same output that you submit in the actual examination. But before we go to that, and while waiting for Sir Brian, let me share with you some helpful books that we have produced to help IELTS test takers worldwide. By the way, these are available on Amazon in all habitable continents. And if you're from the Philippines, this book is also available on Shopee. Before we introduce Sir Brian, let's just take a look at the three books that I have with me here. So the first one is our IELTS 2025 edition. This book apparently is our latest, and it consists everything that you need to help you with your listening and reading in 2025. As mentioned, this is available on Amazon if you're based in other countries, but if you're in the Philippines, you can have this one via Shopee. We also have two books focusing on the subtests that require you to come up with your own output. So the yellow one is for the speaking subtest, and the orange one is for the writing subtest. Now, we also have Sir Brian joining us tonight, as he is going to show you how to use the AI to grade your performance. Now, let's ask our 28 live viewers where they are watching us from so that we can properly greet you. Please use the comment section. Let us know your location. And while you are typing, let's ask Sir Brian to greet our live viewers worldwide.
Hello, Sir Ervin, and hello everyone who's watching from all over the globe, regardless of where you are. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. We have different time zones. So today we're going to be learning something a little brand new and a little offbeat, I would say, because we are going to be employing AI, or artificial intelligence, in assessing our writing for IELTS, particularly for the second part of IELTS writing, which is your essay writing component. So if that excites you and you want to check out how AI can really help you to know whether you're ready to take the examination or not, please watch till the end of this live. Or if you have friends or family who would also like to learn more about this new technology that we have here at 9.09er, go ahead and tag them, invite them, try to tell them that we're having this live session today so that they'll also be acquainted with the system that we're using for our AI writing correction.
And since our topic for tonight is AI-powered writing correction, the live viewer who is able to tag as many friends as he or she can will win a free 1-month access to our AI-powered writing correction. So, what are you waiting for? Tag as many friends as you can, especially those who are preparing for their English examinations. We will announce the winner just before the end of this Facebook Live session. And guys, remember, This is the Facebook page of AMN Healthcare International, arguably the most generous agency out there that can help you fulfill your dream of going to the United States of America. So, if you know anyone, a registered nurse in particular, who plans of going to the United States, please don't forget to visit the website of AMN Healthcare International, or you can also message their Facebook page. Initially, we have some responses from our live viewers now that we have 32. Shoniel Cox is joining us all the way from Jamaica. Good morning, Shoniel. Michael is watching us from South Cotabato, Philippines. Maayong gabi to our dear Mindanaonons. Amy Abalos is from Pasig. Pictures Cruz is from Cebu. And Amy just tagged her friends. So thank you so much. Now that we have 36 live viewers, again, by the end of this Facebook Live session, the viewer who tags the most number of friends wins a free access to our AI powered writing correction. So, before I turn you over to Sir Brian, let me first mention that the nurses who are going to the United States must take IELTS academic. Remember that there are two modules in the IELTS. There's general training and the academic module. Writing task one for the general training candidates is letter writing. And that's not the task of the nurses. Because in order for nurses to work in the United States, writing task one for IELTS academic is statistical writing. So you're going to write a report for a bar graph, line graph, pie chart, or table. You're given approximately 20 minutes to come up with 150 words. Let me remind you, though, that our AI powered writing correction is not applicable for writing task one, at least not for now, because our AI powered writing correction is for writing task two, which is essay writing. You're given approximately 40 minutes to come up with at least 250 words. Now, take note, guys, that's the minimum 250, because if you don't reach the minimum, then you're likely to get a low grade for the first criterion, which is task response. And just in case you are wondering, whatever Sir Brian is going to show you for tonight, that's also the same nature for PTE writing and MET writing, where essay writing is part of your actual examination. Only OET does not require you to write an essay because OET needs you to come up with a referral letter. But our AI powered writing correction can predict or give you the grade that you're likely to get in the writing subtest in the actual examination. Sir Brian has configured a way in order for our AI to give you the grade that you're likely to get in the exam. So if you are so anxious that you may not be able to get the required band score, then why don't you subscribe to our AI platform so that before you register for the exam, you can confidently say if you're able to get the required band score. So, Sir Brian, how does our AI powered writing correction work?
That's a very interesting question, Sir Irvin, because as probably many of you know, AI is developing rapidly, and every month there's a major change in how AI actually processes information and how AI is providing the response that we want or we need, depending on what prompts we provide. But what we have noticed with AI is that it's very good with probably learning patterns or recognizing um, these kinds of patterns that will enable it to produce a certain calculated response. What it doesn't actually have is the expertise to accurately ascertain or assess based off the parameters that humans in general are using in scoring candidates. And this is where we felt there was a gap, a significant gap, that when you just feed the AI with no specific prompt or a very poorly written prompt, it will give you variable responses and will also probably give you a response that you do not necessarily like or is not absolutely accurate according to how humans will perceive it. And you know that English exams in general, particularly the IELTS, are graded using human rater, or not really using, but through a human rater, not using AI. Unlike the PTE, which is absolutely AI scored, most of the English exams that we have right now are actually assessed by human raters. And so, what we did with AI is we trained it, and that's what it's good at anyway, being trained. So, we trained it to assess writing tasks for IELTS according to the parameters by which the examiners would interpret the band score criteria. And as a result of this, after months of training, we were able to come up with a training algorithm that enables our AI to assess close to how the examiners will rate your paper, right? So, yeah, that's actually the result of our hard work and, of course, our expertise spanning decades, more than a decade of expertise, and trying to get the insights of examiners and everything. So that's what we have come up with here at 9.09er. It's actually a very basic tool that we have. You're just going to input, for example, the content of your essay and also the question for the essay. And what AI will do is to try and ascertain what score your writing would get, and whether it's close to your target or not yet. So that's what it's trained to do. It's a very simple tool. And if you avail this is actually on top of the regular enrollment. It's, I think, 750 pesos per month. You get unlimited corrections, so you can try as many corrections as you want. You can use the platform unlimited times for 1 month, so that you will be able to have assessment for your writing, even if there's no coach around, or if you're unavailable to have one-on-one tutorials with our coaches to get an assessment, and you just want something that is fast and easy, no frills whatsoever. This is actually a very good platform to utilize. And again, you get to use it anytime because it is absolutely on demand. So, you're not going to have to book appointments, or you're not anymore going to um, maybe spend 20 minutes of your time trying to talk to someone. You just have to put your essay in, and the essay gets assessed by our AI utility. So it's that easy. And I'll show you later that the feedback that you're going to get from our AI system is actually very specific. It's not like a generic scoring AI utility. So it provides for you very specific suggestions and very specific insights as well on the performance that you have for the writing task that you have submitted. It's going to highlight important or beneficial things that you have written, and it's also going to provide correction for those that need a little bit of help or suggestions on how to improve. Okay, so yeah, for the purpose of this discussion, I will be sharing my screen. So hold on a second. Let me just share my screen for this one. Okay, hold on. Let me just do that right now. All right, so I have here a document file. What we're going to do is to read an essay first. So that is um, the first thing that we're going to do. So we have an essay sample here, and this essay sample is actually, I think, from one of the books that we have at 9.09, or I think that this is the band 7 up or band 9 compilation for writing. All right, so let's read the question. The question is, discuss both views, give your opinion. It says, some people say that the main environmental problem of our time is the loss of particular species of plants and animals. Others say that there are more important environmental problems. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Okay, so let's read the response here. This is 335 words. Let's read. There are those who are of the opinion that the most important environmental issue that the world is confronting today is the endangerment of various species of animals and plants. However, there are those who oppose this view strongly and claim that there are more vital environmental problems that governments and individuals should be focusing their attention into. The first argument reads: those who support the opinion that animal and plant endangerment is the most crucial environmental problem that people are now beset with point to the fact that this causes an imbalance in the ecosystem and food chain because of massive deforestation, indiscriminate poaching and hunting, and large scale conversion of animal habitats into commercial or residential districts. Many animals and plants nowadays are on the verge of extinction. On top of this, it does not help that people engage in such activities as illegal fishing, mining, and logging, which further reduce animal and plant populations. This leads to scarcity of resources, particularly the food supply, affecting not only the species in the wild, but also humans in general. Second argument. On the other hand, some individuals assert that other problems, including climate change, are more important matters to attend to. For one, this phenomenon can lead to more intense natural calamities and extreme or unpredictable weather conditions, including longer droughts, stronger typhoons, and heavier flooding, leading to the death of thousands, if not millions, of people every year. Furthermore, they say that pollution is another vital issue to tackle, for this results in both destruction of the environment and health problems among the worldwide population. Examples of such diseases people can get from a polluted environment are respiratory conditions and cancer due to decreased air quality, ultimately taking a toll on the health, well being, and life expectancy of people. In summary, although there are several reasons to believe that animal and plant extinction is a severe environmental problem that is faced by many today, I do not subscribe to the view that it is the most essential. From my perspective, there are other problems that need to be dealt with effectively, both from the governmental and societal levels. Okay, so um yeah, so this is actually a pretty good essay to begin with. I mean, just look at it, it's so well crafted, it's properly configured, and this is actually very strongly written as well with all of the vocab and sorts. It's probably far from perfect because of course when you're writing an essay within how many minutes, like 40 minutes, you're not expected to be perfect, and that's not your job. But it's actually a well written essay sample. So if you want that to be assessed, all you need to do is to go to our webpage, and the AI platform or AI correction for IELTS is on our other page, which is www.ninerenglish.com. So again, that's www.ninerenglish.com, or you can go to our homepage at www.nineronlinereview.com and go to the AI portal right there, because you're going to see that in the AI portal anyway. So, yeah, before we get to the correction, this is actually the exciting part, okay? Before we get to the correction, what do you think is the possible grade for this particular essay sample? Okay, because that's pretty important. You can type down the message section or the message box what do you think the score of this candidate is going to be. All right, so you can type your responses, and let's try and have a guess at the result that AI will provide for us. I actually already have the result right here from AI. All right.
Looking at the comments, we have two attendees who tagged several friends. Thank you so much, Rialyn Huntilia and Monica Castro. Thank you for tagging your friends so that they can also benefit from our live discussion for tonight. And just in case your friends are not available to watch until the end of the Facebook Live session, nothing to worry because the recorded version of this one will be made available on the Facebook page of AMN Healthcare International right after this one. So for those of you who have joined us only now, in this Facebook Live session, we are demonstrating how the 9.09er AI powered AI can predict what grade you are likely to get in the examination based on the output that you have submitted. We understand that there are so many apps that can improve the quality of your English or correct your output, but there is no app in the world that can grade you based on the IELTS grading system. So 9.09er English takes pride in being the only review center in the world that uses AI to evaluate the output of our dear reviewees. So, Sir Brian just asked, what grade is this output likely to get in the examination? Please let us know your guesses because Sir Brian already fed this to our AI platform. And in a short while, we are going to find out what's the grade of this output. While you're thinking, let me remind you that there are four criteria. There's task response or the quality of your answers. Number two, coherence and cohesion, the organization, the flow of your essay. Number three, there's vocabulary and lexical resource, usage of words, variety of words, and sentence structures. And lastly, GRA, that's grammatical range and accuracy. Do your verb and subject and verb agree with each other? Are your verb tenses consistent? Do you know how to use your prepositions? So here are the four criteria that examiners in the actual test are going to use in evaluating your output. But thank God for our AI platform because you don't have to ask a friend to check your output, or in this case, you don't need to book a coaching session for you to wait for the comments from your coach. There's the AI that can do it for you. So far, we have a few candidates with a prediction. Okay, Doc Z 8.5, Helena 8, Rialyn 8.5, Jonah 8. What about the others? Please let us know your thoughts. And so far, we still have 31 live viewers on Facebook. Sir Brian, perhaps let's check what grade the AI has for this output that we have just
Okay.
read.
Certainly, Sir Irvin. All right, so at this point, I will be revealing to you the score that this particular essay got from the essay writing correction that we used for this. So let me just very quickly share my screen now, and I'm going to show you the result of the correction. Um, of course, just a disclaimer. I'll close my screen for a bit and then share it again, so that I can show you the correction. Just a disclaimer, and this is a very important disclaimer to you guys. Of course, nothing will replace a human rating for IELTS in particular because it's a human rated examination. Okay, so of course, the best approach is to have one on one tutorials, but supplementary to that, just in case you don't have plenty of time, you still want to check, are am I still on track, am I still doing it the right way, then you can utilize AI as a supplement to your one-on-one tutorials. But again, we even have the disclaimer at the bottom. The disclaimer says that, this is of course AI generated and will not be 100% accurate. Okay, so what I did here is I actually placed the question right here. The essay question you will have to type here, or you can paste if you want, and your essay response is right here. This is the essay response that we have a while ago that I showed you. And then you just have to click get correction here, but I already did that for you because it might take some time to load sometimes because AI needs to think a little bit. So I already did that just for expediency, and it already provided the result. And now I'm going to read to you the result. Okay, so let's just make this a little bigger. So for task response, and Sir Irvin actually mentioned that a while ago, it's going to be rated according to the band scales. So the criteria are task response, coherence and cohesion, vocabulary and grammar. Let's start first with task response. It says the essay addresses the prompt by discussing both views on whether the loss of particular species of plants and animals is the main environmental problem of our time, or there are other more critical environmental issues. So again, this is very specific. It doesn't really just say, "Oh, you answered the question," or it's probably organized, or you wrote 250 words. It actually gives you the feedback that, oh, you provided good responses by addressing both of the parts of the question. The writer also provides their opinion at the end of the essay. The stand, oh, so it's very important that you put an opinion. This is not easily caught by AI, but our AI is trained to identify whether you're following the correct structure or format for IELTS purposes. So it says you were able to provide an opinion at the end of the essay. The stand is clear and arguments are supported throughout. The question is answered with a clear stand. You know that one of the components of task response is for you to be able to provide a clear stand, and obviously this was able to do that. So this is 8. Disclaimer also, I programmed it never to give a 9. So the highest grade you'd probably get here is 8 to 9, which is 8.5, if calculated in AI terms. But it's not going to give you a 9 because there's always room for improvement. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, coherence and cohesion. The essay has a proper structure with an introduction, body, and conclusion. Paragraphs are well organized with clear topic sentences. That's actually a plus here. Transition words are used effectively to connect ideas. So if you've noticed, we have some transitional devices here, like on the other hand. Yeah, did we write that? On the other hand, no. In summary, so they're used appropriately according to AI. It gives an 8. Pretty good. Now let's move on to vocabulary. The vocabulary use is advanced, and I would agree, and appropriate for the topic. Collocations and word choices are accurate. You see, it even caught some of the good combinations of words. There are no spelling or word usage errors noted, so that's an 8 to 9 or 8.5. And grammar, the grammar is well constructed with a mix of complex and simple sentence structures used effectively throughout the essay. There are no major grammatical errors. It says that there are no major grammatical errors. It doesn't say there are no grammatical errors, but no major ones. And of course, lips can still get a good score in the test, and the ideas are communicated clearly. Overall, the essay demonstrates a strong response to the question with a clear stance and well developed arguments. There is a good use of vocabulary and grammar with coherent writing structure. Final score is 8.5. But disclaimer, the AI generated IELTS scores provided here are for illustrative purposes only and should not be considered reliable indicators of actual test performance. The assessment is based on automated analysis of text and does not account for the dynamic and, of course, subjective nature of human evaluation during the official IELTS examination. These AI generated scores may not accurately reflect the nuanced and context specific aspects considered by human evaluators. And just a disclaimer as well, just for content declaration, that sample was lifted from the Band 9 IELTS writing samples, the book, yeah, that Sir Ervin is holding right now. It's the orange one. And that's actually one of the questions that was that were answered in that book. So I lifted the sample, placed it here, typed it here, fed it to the machine, and this was the score that was gotten. And just in case you're wondering, because I'm the author of that book, by the way. I actually already took the IELTS, and the scores I got in my writing were never lower than 8.5. So in two of my attempts for IELTS, my scores for writing were 8.5s, and for one attempt, it's 9. So I think with confidence, the AI is scoring me quite accurately, or close to the real scores I got in the test. But again, it's an indicator only and should not be the most reliable indicator of your performance. You should still have coaching because nothing beats human rating for IELTS. This is just for convenience and for comfort. And of course, um, if you're looking for a very comprehensive report or out like feedback for your performance, it provides you this very long correction result. Okay, and that's kind of fun. You get unlimited access if you upgrade. It's just 750 pesos per month. So, you know. And if you are the one who tagged the most number of friends, then Sir Irvin might give this away for free. Back to you, Sir
Thank you so
Irvin.
much, Sir Brian. Sir Brian is the author, so to speak, the inventor, and thank you for this brainchild. Now, people don't have to line up just to have their outputs checked by coach, or they don't have to wake up at a specific time of the day in order to ask the coach to evaluate their output. So thank you so much for training the AI, and now it is able to evaluate the writing tasks of our candidates. So looking at the predictions of our live viewers here, Doc C got it right. It's 8.5. Ria Lynn also got it right. We also have Ashley. And thank you once again for your comment, Sunshine Aligaga. Mabuhay, watching all the way from Kuwait. Good day. Good day too to our dear nurses in the Middle East. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the power of 9.09ers AI platform. When you go to our site, all you have to do is to paste the question or the writing prompt, and then you also paste your output. And in a few seconds, well, I've tried this before, so I would know that it will never take more than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes for you to get the required band score. The good thing is you get the evaluation or assessment instantly. But the downside, if you have questions, the AI cannot respond. That's why 9.09er English takes pride in offering daily one-on-one coachings from Mondays to Sundays, except for public holidays. And this is what AMN Healthcare International is all about. They send their qualified nurses to us for the review, and the nurses don't pay a single centavo for the unlimited review program. And AMN Healthcare International nurses are entitled to daily one-on-one coaching sessions. So if you are one of those nurses sponsored by AMN, all you have to do is to message 9.09er English. You can also message me directly. That's Ervin Nil Temporal on Facebook, so that I'll give you instructions on how you can book your coaching session. And don't forget, for our next episode, that's the first Monday of July, we are going to feature another nurse who passed her IELTS. And for that particular episode, we'll also have the British Council. Well, Sir Brian will be rejoining us for Mondays from now, because every third Monday of the month, it's Sir Brian and Sir Ervin's turn. Whereas every first Monday of the month, it's 9.09er and British Council's turn to feature an IELTS passer. So I noticed that we have two attendees who tagged several friends. Might as well give both of them a free access to our AI-powered writing correction. Congratulations, Ria Lynn Hontilia and Monica Castro. Kindly message 9.09er English or Ervin Nil Temporal on Facebook. We need your email ad in order for us to activate your AI-powered writing correction. Once again, we would like to thank all the live viewers and those who participated who tagged your friends. Before we end our Facebook Live session, don't forget the shows of AMN Healthcare International every Fridays, Onwards and Upwards show, talking about everything that you need to know in order to be a nurse in the United States of America. And every first and third Monday of the month, free lessons on the English examinations that are part of your US application. And second and fourth Monday of the month, AMN Academy at 9 p.m. Philippine time. We're going to focus on NCLEX free lessons featuring the NCLEX Review Center partners of AMN Healthcare International. Once again, this is 9.09er English. Thank you guys, and we hope to see you 2 weeks from now. Bye!